That is where Debbie was born, in Pasadena,
Oh boy.
on South Marengo.
Wonderful downtown Pasadena, huh?
Yeah. See? See the house?
Yeah?
That looks like a pretty good sized house, doesn't it?
Yeah?
Is that yours back there too,
It's
or is that
pretty though.
Mine was this size. The Wintons were over there.
Was it an apartment?
It's a
or-
pretty house
Now-
too.
And
Okay.
that is the Keithley house. They were friends of
So
mine.
Mr. and Mrs. Keithley?
Mr. and
Their
Mrs.
Is that their dog?
That's their little dog.
And
That's a cute
where is
little
that, in
dog too.
Missouri?
It does, you asked me where it is?
Where is it?
St. Louis, Missouri. And that is the neighbor, Dr. Caskey. He was our minister.
That was the neighbor's car.
And let's see, what do we have here? There's your grandpa right there with a hat on.
Oh, okay.
That's Grandpa.
What was his last name?
What was his last name?
Grandpa
Just-
Del Thomas.
Oh,
Grandma Delca.
Uh-huh.
oh, okay, that was Del.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You guys
Here
remember
comes their
this?
dog again.
And there comes the little
Oh, that's
doggy.
cute.
And there, that is Mary Jane Keithley.
And that's a pretty
And there
dog
is
too.
Dr. Caskey with a hat on, our friend Lyman,
Is that
his
you?
wife Jane, and it's Alma.
This was Dr. Keithley's
See the
friend?
nice big house? That was in St. Louis.
Is that is that a mansion
Well,
or
Arlene,
something
you gotta keep
like that?
talking because
It's
you
a
know,
big,
we're gonna be
big
looking at
house.
these for 30 years.
Okay, okay. There comes Mary Jane and Ann. They are the daughters of my friends.
And there's
Arlene,
Alma
first
in the
up.
red coat.
Alma in bright red coat, huh? And Jane and her father and the little girl. Who's the little girl got away from me? I don't know who she is.
You don't know
And
who
there
those
is
are?
Lyman's father.
Is that you
Mr.
now without
Keithley,
the coat? With the hat
With
on?
the hat.
Okay.
And there's Alma again with her friend Sherry. And there's Grandpa.
There's Alma.
Your grandpa.
And Grandpa.
My grandpa?
Yes, your grandpa. And that's your grandma there with the red
Alma?
coat. Uh-huh, that's
it Alma?
Alma. And there's Sherry and Mac, very good friends of Alma's. And there's, with our heads cut off, is his grandpa. And
Christmas?
Christmas and in St. Louis,
Who's that child?
the little girls, I've forgotten her name. I've forgotten.
There she goes again, anyway, whoever she is.
And that, I think that was at the Eastern Star Building in St. Louis.
Somebody with
And
green
this is
makeup.
Lil Ross'
looks
little
like Denise.
granddaughter. Hmm?
Is that
And
Denise?
Jimmy Richards and his little girl, who were good friends of Alma's. And that was in Decatur, Illinois. A Christmas.
Oh, someone
And
got a new
that's,
bicycle.
that's the little one. Oh, she's crying. Doesn't that look like Tori or something? And there's
Who's
Jimmy's
that?
father
Yeah, it
and mother.
It does look like
They live
Tori.
near Hannibal, Missouri. And that is Jimmy and Polly's home
What?
in Decatur,
Talk
Illinois.
in the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, look at the old cars.
Uh,
huh?
Yeah, I don't know what that one was.
There's Oak.
And there goes Grandpa Richards on his bicycle
Did he ride a bike?
in Decatur.
He's riding
Yeah,
down
he
the
lived to
highway.
a ripe old age, too.
He's got a cigar in his mouth. Oh.
And this is still all Decatur. And there is Jimmy's wife, Polly Richards. And I don't know who the lady is, probably her mother. And Grandpa,
In the hat with the white handkerchief.
There's red jacket
who is
Alma
that?
riding a bicycle.
That's Alma.
Not for long, though. That was a short picture.
And there's Polly, and I guess she's going to ride the bike.
Is this
Oh,
before
there's
the
Alma
cars?
again.
Huh? There's Alma again. Yeah, and a
It's like yeah.
Alma's going to try the tricycle that time. And there's your great-grandfather.
Can we see his head?
Paige and Tori and Haley, that's your great-grandfather, Thomas. And that's your great-grandmother, Thomas. And the it's Colleen and Larry. They are your cousins. But they're grown up now and have children of their own. And that was in
Mabel Thomas and Ernest Thomas.
San Diego.
say it looks a lot sunnier than the last pictures, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Iowa, does it?
And is this their grocery store? It says Tom's
Yeah.
Grocery.
Uh-huh. That's it.
There you
See?
go. Look at that. It's a little slice of history, guys.
Yes. It.
Was
What,
that-
honey?
Was that
And that's
where you-
Larry.
That's me.
Larry Thomas.
Was that where you worked?
No, I didn't work
Potatoes,
there,
10
honey.
pounds for a quarter. Oranges,
Oh.
20 for $1.
Those were the good old days, Bob.
Yes,
Those
what's
were.
this?
And now that's the showboat on the Mississippi River.
What's the Mississippi
The name of the boat was
River?
the Admiral, and it was on the Mississippi, and you could get on it, and you could dance and sing and play, and
What's
what.
that over there?
And that's the Mississippi River.
Who's that guy with that hat on?
The river captain,
Must be
maybe.
the river captain.
I
Riverboat
missed
captain.
him. That's the Eads Bridge in over the Mississippi in St. Louis. And this had to be back about 1941 or 2.
Looks like a ship out there, huh? A couple of them.
And this is the bridge going into where you get onto the boat in St. Louis. Let's
Wait
see.
till we ask some more questions.
Well, let's see. Just a minute. We know that's the Mississippi River now.
Yeah.
So we'll wait a minute, and then you can.
Is that a new bridge?
No,
Was that
that's a
a new
very
bridge?
old one, honey.
Is that
That's
Arline
there's
down there in the corner?
Arlene and her two
Well,
friends,
she's all
Sherry
black
and
white this
Jane.
time.
And there's Alma again. Yeah.
That's Amma again?
Yes. There's
My
And-
mother was abusing me.
and that I think is the Eastern Star Building again in St. Louis.
It's a popular spot, huh, for picking pictures?
No, it was close to where we
Is that
lived.
you
That's
again,
why.
Arlene?
There's Alma.
There- Does that look like Alma?
Yeah, it looks
No.
like it's kinda hard
No,
to
she
tell.
said it doesn't. There's Alma too.
And Grandpa.
And Grandpa.
Yeah.
Because you're older.
Oh, that's it.
Bill was pretty tall, wasn't he, Arlene?
5'11" and a half.
Oh, that's giganticus. Here, well,
He
he's
used
got
to
two
tell me
girls there,
five.
doesn't
He used
Yeah.
to tell me 5'11" and 3/4. Oh, come on! You,
That's what his hat on.
yeah. What?
There, what's Alma doing?
Yeah. Ask me what I'm doing there.
Now
What
got
are you
fur
doing?
coat
I
on,
wasn't.
don't you?
I'm doing the can right there. There's the Keithley house again in
Again,
St.
the
Louis.
Keithley
The
house.
Keithley
That's
house?
the house that Haley wants to know if it's a mansion.
Mhm.
I don't think it's a
Those days,
mansion.
It was pretty good size.
Looks like pretty good size for these days.
Yeah, it's the biggest bedroom those girls
Is
have
that
I
Amma?
ever saw.
Is that Amma again?
That's Mary Jane, daughter of some friends of Alma's.
Is that a golden retriever?
No, that's a Cocker Spaniel, and he was a cute little dog, and I can't think of his name now.
Like she was on
She
a
was
little
cute.
something.
This-
Now ask me where we are.
Now
Where
we're
are we?
Is that
In
you, Arlene?
Minnesota, Lake Pokegama.
I was going to say that, you know
Minnesota.
Lake Pokegama.
that. Minnesota.
And who are in the river?
Look at they're wearing their pajamas
Yeah.
in the water.
Yeah, Uncle Hop.
Oh my goodness.
Is Uncle Hop? Yeah, that's Aunt Grace's. And Mary Jane.
Mary Jane gets around, doesn't she?
Yeah.
What's she doing here? Oh, okay.
Uncle Hop out into the lake, and Mac McDonald,
wonder if
and
it's Uncle
who is
Hop.
that? Aunt Grace,
And Alma.
Alma, and Jane,
Those waves.
and Mary Jane.
A big day in Minnesota.
Oh boy! Oh, this little girl was from Kirksville, Missouri, but I can't remember what her name is.
Who's that?
I think she was homeless, right?
And a little
Yeah,
redhead.
who is it?
I can't remember
Who's
her.
that lying in the hammock?
I can't. Well, that's Lyman Keithley lying in the hammock.
Oh, good old Lyman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Joe Pellant that owned the resort where we stayed in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
And
What
that,
are those puppies?
Did you drive
Yeah.
up from Iowa? Is that what you would do?
no, from St. Louis.
From St. Louis.
Are those puppies?
And we'd stay 6 weeks each summer.
All right.
those
6 weeks.
puppies?
Holy caroly.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
No,
but
we
you
don't
got to
want
remember, traveling salesmen had their times off. You know, when the season was ended, it was ended. What?
How long is
not too much longer. And that is Edna, the wife of the owner of the resort.
Hey, Liz.
Made terrific food.
Hey, Liz.
Those dogs were prize dogs, but I don't know what they are now. I've forgotten what kind of a dog it is.
Is it a German Shepherd?
No, it's
Is
not.
it one of those fire engine dogs?
This
This
is,
is Debbie.
you know, Roy Rogers' son, Dusty.
Is it really?
Yes, it's really Dusty. He must be about Debbie's age, well, a little older than Debbie.
Who's
And
that?
that's his grandmother.
This is
Or, I mean, no.
Mama,
His
where is it?
stand-in's mother. And here we are at Aunt Grace's house in Los Angeles. It's Aunt Grace, Uncle Hop, my mother, Uncle Jack, Grandpa Langland, and Uncle Gib,
And Arline eating something.
and Amma there. She's
Like
eating as
eating
usual.
parsley.
Probably chocolate seeds.
Oops, there we
And
go.
so is
Oh,
Nama
did they
eating
have
that.
these back there?
Yeah.
1892.
It was spelled C-E-E-S then.
Look at that. Grace's hair looks so dark, doesn't it, there? And there's Grandpa.
And Grace.
There's Grandpa.
Morrissey's candy.
Now that
Eating.
looks like what Debbie does every now and then.
Look at that go.
and
Send Belle
Jack
out
and
for another
Uncle
pound.
Grandpa looks a little bit like Henry. And that was Grandpa's secretary. Her name was Cornelia, but we called her Corny Kennedy. And this was up in Sierra Madre.
She had bobby socks on.
Oh, she was a
And
Saddle shoes.
saddle.
She had penny loafers.
She was a smart gal. Pretty flowers, aren't they?
is that a
It's-
garden?
Here's
Yeah, it's a garden. There's Alma there with her. Gotta pick some oranges in a minute.
They are?
Taking the glasses off now. Look at that.
Can't see with them on.
Mostly thrown over the shoulders.
Oh, they're picking oranges now.
Oh, isn't that pretty? Goes right up into, they were right up in the mountains where they were living.
Oh, no, it's dark now.
Well, this is up in Big Bear.
This is night at Big Bear.
Oh,
Oh, no,
someone's
this
feeding
is
the
day
deer.
at Big Bear.
This is what?
And we know you're not supposed to feed the deer, don't we now, Debbie?
Why do we know that?
Because the rangers informed us after we let the kids feed them. And there is Alma with her brother, Uncle Jack, and that's still up in Big Bear.
Some hardy soul with a bicycle. Oh, gosh.
Oh. Uncle Jack told me the story. Don't worry about driving up here, Arlene. If you go over, you'll never know. And, you know.
Oh, who's on the horse?
Mama.
And look at that old nag. Just look at that horse.
too.
Look at. See, Alma can,
It's on Alma.
Alma can ride a horse. Sure. And this was at 29 Palms. Back in 1948.
Are you
Silver Lakes, doesn't it?
Is that
Yeah,
you
it does. And those are my friends, Rosemary and Bill Arthur.
Mama.
What?
Is that you riding the white horse?
Yes, Haley. That
No,
no,
not
not
the
the
white
white one. I'm riding that ugly one over there. Uh-huh.
I think it's
I was the
pretty.
Lone Ranger on the
Did
way
you
home.
like that horse? And there's Grandpa and Alma's car. It was a 1947 Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile.
The first one out after the war.
Rather ride a horse.
Is Arlene talking to the horse?
Yes. He's talking to all.
Oh, I didn't see that microphone.
Oh, and there's our Debbie.
Oh, our Debbie.
There she is. Look at Debbie and look at little
There's our
Fritzy.
dog.
And my friend Helen Mosier was our neighbor. And there's Alma and Debbie
There's Fritzy.
and Fritzy. Look at Debbie. Look at Debbie. Oh. Uh-oh, who's helping Alma hang up clothes? This is in
Not Debbie.
Pasadena.
Not
Yeah, she is. She's helping.
No, she walks just the same.
Look at that one. Oh, there she goes. See? She pushed the basket closer for me.
That wasn't very good, Arline. I could have done that better.
Oh, Debbie. Oh, and here we are at, let's see, is this Aunt Grace's out in North Hollywood? It's Debbie and her cousin Marty.
And a hula hoop? No, a hose. Okay.
Look at, look at. Oh, that is cute.
Arlene's legs.
We weren't even looking at that. Oh, there's little Fritzy and Uncle Jack. And your great Uncle Ralph that told the gangster stories out of Chicago.
Haley, I'm your great Uncle Bob.
Uncle Ralph Shelton. There, little Fritzy. Spoiled little thing. And that was our home in Pasadena on Walworth Avenue. And this is Big Bear again, I think.
Fooled me.
Fooled me too.
Like a foggy day.
I think it was a nasty day that day we went up. I didn't want to go. Because I wasn't over my fright of the mountains yet.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I have to say it was not a good day. There's a deer right there.
So we're
there.
still in Big Bear.
Lots of snow.
Yeah, it was a nasty day when he came. In Pasadena, it was a bad day. But they wanted to show him everything, so we went to Big Bear.
Is that snow or is that somewhere else now? You maybe
I can't see what this is.
Looks like it.
Snow yet?
Haley, don't do that.
It was their first time. Get up, Paige.
Oh, look at the beautiful ocean, girls. Ask me where this is.
I don't know.
La Jolla.
Oh, yeah, okay. Where is that, Arline? La Jolla?
Yes, La Jolla.
La Jolla.
And the beautiful Casa Manana Hotel. Well, that's
Most
not
of us
quite
could
yet.
only dream of that, but for you it was a reality. Huh?
It was a reality.
Is it still there?
Yes, but it was a retirement home the last I heard.
And there you are again, huh?
Yeah, with
In your
heel.
high heels,
Yeah.
down on the beach at La Jolla.
Yeah, with gloves on too, I
gloves
want
on,
you to
too.
see. There's the casa. Huh?
No tennis shoe will ever grace this floor. That would be very tacky.
Arline, when you go, we're going to bury you in tennis shoes. We'll have the last laugh.
I hope you all hear. This is Inez and Ray Bernberg, and we're up in the
Must
Palisades
be an earthquake going on there.
of Santa Monica or Pacific. What do you call it? The Pacific Palisades.
Just kind of got out of the coat.
Now I
and
wish
walked
I
around.
had that coat now,
Mhm, why?
because I loved that coat and I could wear that forever.
It's kind of like this one.
They made me give up the two.
Is that the Oldsmobile again?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was 47. It was 48 was new.
The earthquake again.
Yeah, while we were up there, it shook a little bit. And that's Alma and Grandpa at the telescope overlooking the
You could actually
Palisades.
see somewhere then, couldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. As Debbie said, where's the smog?
It's not here yet.
And where now is probably all homes up there.
We're waiting to ask a question.
Okay.
Oops, what was that?
Alma disappeared.
Oh, who's this?
What's that?
This is Debbie's second birthday party in Pasadena.
She had some older girls there with her, didn't she? Looked like a fast crowd.
Let's see. I've forgotten the little neighbor girl's name. Do you remember?
Lori.
Lori.
And
Is that you, Deb?
mhm.
Well,
Woman with a high
we've
forehead.
got to come to, Denise isn't born yet.
Who's that right there?
Yeah, for the 6 years maybe.
There's Marty,
Is that Uncle
and that's
Bob?
Bruce,
No, it's Bruce.
And there's Jan, and there's
And Grace, is that?
and Tess had the little check dress on, Tess Winton. Oh, she's pulling him out of there, isn't she?
Certainly helping Debbie, isn't she?
You got a
It's a
book?
little golden
It's-
book.
Well, it was Debbie's party. But they're moving too fast on the adults, aren't they? We don't get a really...
There was Pat and Mac.
right now.
Huh?
Pat and Mac McClellan.
Oh, I missed
There's
that.
Pat.
Who's that right there?
Marty.
And he has Debbie's little baby carriage. That was a
Baby
badminton.
carriage, don't
That
we?
was a badminton court there.
Would you like
See,
that?
if you had
Is that little Debbie?
Debbie's ironing.
But she doesn't have any clothes.
She was a young kid. Yeah.
There's Marty and Tess and Lori.
And Debbie's backside.
And Debbie's carrying her
front side.
purse. Oh, there she goes. And I was, huh? This was her, what do you call it, where she always got bruises from it, falling down, and bruised head, bruised knees.
Is that Haley right there?
No.
Who's your mom? She's the ghost in
Can you believe that?
Haley isn't dead yet.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's Kelly. Oh,
Dory,
Is this the first?
No, that couldn't have been Kelly.
no, that, yeah, it had to be Marty. Look at Tess.
Well, who's red?
See?
Is that your red dress, Arline?
Was that me? I couldn't
know.
see.
It
I don't,
looks like
I
something
don't
you wear.
think so.
You don't think so, huh?
No.
How bad is
She's
this?
in the paisley
Yeah.
skirt.
Christ, I hope it wasn't Dill.
who's that right there?
Well, this is West Covina, and that's Mama's the big one, and Denise is the
What's
little
that
one.
little dog that was back there?
What's that, Mugsy? No.
There's
We'd
a
have
little
Muggsy.
black
Muggsy.
dog.
Is this
There's
Denise?
Denise.
Okay.
Haley, there's your mommy.
Couldn't seem to get your feet on the ground, could you?
And
Yeah, they
that-
move you around. You see how the camera goes when I get on there? It's like it broke.
It'll smooth out later.
You broke
There's
it. Look at
Jasinski's,
that.
our next door neighbor,
Who's that right
and Mrs. Orr, our next door neighbor. I've forgotten her first name.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Debbie is shaking her.
Is that Debbie?
Yeah, Debbie's the big one. And
Yeah.
here's Pat, and
She's chic looking.
who's behind
there?
her?
Who's that?
That's
That's
Denise.
Yeah, Bart. Is this where she said, who's that?
Me?
Earlier?
Yeah, I guess earlier I was so
Oh,
confused.
this is somebody new. Who's
Yeah, she's our next door neighbor,
Who's that
Fern
right there?
Jasinski.
There's Denise.
Yeah,
That girl with like golden hair.
That's Alma. With Denise.
who was that?
And this is.
That's Denise,
That's
huh?
Denise. Kind of hard to tell.
Oh,
and now we've gone
yeah,
back
we're
in
coming to
time.
the end. That's I think the Emig Manor in El Cajon or San Diego, or this was
What's that
back.
like little tower?
That was it, huh? Okay.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. This is it. Signing off. This was recorded on December 26, 1990, live in a Rainier Thomas living room.
Adios, flamingos.